Alright guys, Papa Pepper here. Just talking a little bit about life, raising up children, the dangers of the world around us, that type of stuff. So I'm here with my boy Monster Truck, and recently we were just doing a check around the community, not too far from our land, and as we rounded one of the buildings, what did we see on the ground?
A snake.
What kind of snake?
Black rat.
Can you show me it? So he's got this black rat snake curled up around his arm, and I let him catch it, just like I do with certain animals. And some people may be like, "Oh, I can't believe you make your kids grab, animals like that." And I certainly don't make them. But when we're in a controlled environment, meaning that it's me, my child, a wild snake, but a non-venomous snake, and that's about all the variables. There's only so much that can happen. And even if they did get bit, there's these simple ways of just cleaning that. It's no more than a scrape on the knee or something like that, other than you're dealing with some potential bacteria from the mouth of the snake. And anytime you live anywhere where there happens to be things like venomous snakes or dangerous animals, it's good to have your kids be aware of things. Now, my children, I look for this stuff because I like doing this stuff. It helps out because I've got a hobby of finding these things, and a lot of people in my area don't like them at all. So if I can find them and move them somewhere else, it works out good for everyone. I have fun doing it. They've got less snakes to deal with. It's a win-win situation. So it's important to me that I teach my children a little bit of stuff. They're going to be outside. They're going to be outside playing. They're going to be doing other things, and they're not allowed to look for snakes on their own. They're not allowed to roll over rocks or logs or things like that. But what they are allowed to do is to let me know if they find something. Just the other day, we were working by the garden. I found this snake shed, and this is the head of it, and the tail went on another couple inches. But by the pattern of it, I know that it's a copperhead snake. I can actually get the pattern off of that shed, and I can say, you know what, that means 20, 30 feet from the place we're staying, in my garden, there was a copperhead snake. I know that. I know that for a fact. If you live anywhere where venomous snakes are, there's a chance that if you're outside or even inside, you could encounter one at any moment. So I think that it's important to teach, not only myself and my wife, educate ourselves about the area that we're living in, but then the kids as well, so that they know and they understand. I was impressed with Sweet Pepper the other day. She's 2, and I had a lizard. It was a little brown skink. And I caught it and I showed her it, and there's adults who call them salamanders. They're not amphibian, they're a reptile. They're a type of lizard. The type of lizard they are is a skink, and the exact species is the little brown skink. So I showed this 2-year-old, my daughter, and I said, "Hey, look at that, what's that?" And she goes, "A skink." Not only did she know, she wasn't making she didn't say, "Oh, it's a reptile, it's a lizard, and the type of lizard is a skink," but she knew it was a skink. And I thought, wow, that's so cool that she knows that. And, even when we were first coming down to Arkansas before we moved, all of a sudden we wound up being in an area where you can have things like the black widow spider. And I found one at a job site, and I thought, whoa, black widow spider. So I caught it, I put it inside a plastic bottle, and I brought it home to show my wife and children. And there's not a lot of people who would sit there and take something like a venomous spider like that and bring it home to show their wife and kids. But I know I could accomplish the same thing probably with looking on the internet, but if they're able to look and see, okay, this is dangerous. Not too long after that, I was moving some wood, and as I was picking up boards, all of a sudden my oldest daughter goes, "Papa." I said, "What?" She says, "Look." And I looked, and the board I had, had a black widow spider on it. So just an extra set of eyes out there, keeping the rest of us safe, because she understands some of the dangers around us. So, whoa! A chair can be dangerous enough, apparently. Come here, boy.
He's done wrapping around me.
Let's switch him off. So anyway, let the 4-year-old catch this black rat snake himself. It's a good-sized black rat snake. We'll be relocating it. It's completely wild, but as you see, it's not biting me in the face or anything right now. In fact, it was more scared of me right there, wasn't it? So, yep, just part of the life we live, the things we do, but being aware of the situations around us. And of course, there's lots of dangerous things for us all around the world. Does that mean I have to expose my children to every one of them? No, of course, that's foolish. But the things that they might be exposed to, they should be aware of, and at least have a clue about what they're dealing with. All right, Papa out.